Carrie and I have a friend, and 15, 16 years ago, he was one of the best college football players in the nation. And he holds records today that will probably never be broken. He's heading into his senior year, and it looked very much like he was destined to fulfill his lifelong dream of being a professional football player, rich and famous, what every little boy wants. And then in the third game of his senior season, he blew his knee out, just a devastating injury. And he found himself laying flat on his back in this tiny apartment in Houston, just knowing that his dreams had all been taken away from him. And maybe understandably felt quite sorry for himself. Now, he had a girlfriend that he'd been dating since high school, and she had moved from their hometown in West Texas to Houston, and she'd gotten her own apartment just to be near him. And now that he was injured, she showed up every day. Every day she would come to his apartment, and she would bring him food and drink, and she would make sure he took his medicine on time, and she would just sit there and listen to him as he talked, as he cried, as he moaned, as he complained. And during this process, he said, he looked at her and he realized, this girl that I've known for all these years and I've sort of taken for granted, if she's been hanging around hoping that I was going to be rich and famous someday and she'd get to be the wife of that kind of person, all that's gone now, but she's still here. So that must mean she really is the one. I'm not going to find anybody better than this. And when he was able to get up out of that bed, he asked her to marry him. And they're married to this day, and they have 2 beautiful kids. And the kicker to the story is God was even better than we thought he would be, and he gave that guy another season in college, and he's still in the NFL, making good money, as you can imagine. But the point of the story is he would never have known what she was really like if he hadn't gone through that time. And some of you in this room could stand up and tell the story of, I sort of took God for granted. He was there, I believed in him, but he wasn't really key to my life. And then the darkness hit, and then the trials came, and then I had nothing else but him. And while I would never want to go back to that time, while I wouldn't wish this on anybody in the world, even my worst enemy, that in a way was the sweetest time of my life, because that's when I learned how good he really is. And that happened to me. There have been 2 periods of my life where I was flat on my back, not physically, but emotionally. And I had nothing to rely on except him. And I look upon those times as sort of like a honeymoon. Like, yeah, he's good every day, but during those periods is when I really learned how good. So I'm not saying God is going to put you through painful trials so you'll get closer to him. I'm saying when the painful trials come, he can use them to show you how good he is. Because when things are going great, we think we don't need God. We have a hard time carving out 5, 10, 15 minutes just to read the Bible and say a few prayers. But when the hard times hit, when life goes sideways, it's not hard at all to say, Lord, I need you. I need you like I've never needed anything in my life. So pray, Lord, let this bring me closer to you. Confess to him all those feelings you have of I don't understand and I'm angry with you, but Lord, I want to grow closer to you.